Do women seem to focus way more on the things they dislike about men? Let me go ahead and play this clip. Thought I had it queued up, but maybe I didn't. 1 second, 1 second. All right, here we go. Do women seem to focus way more on the things they dislike about men?
Based on a survey where men and women were asked if they got 80% of everything they want in their ideal mate, would they be happy with that? And women said, no, that's settling. And men said, 80%, I'd be thrilled, that's a catch. And so
80% to the women you surveyed is settling?
That's settling because, the question is, what actually makes us happy in long-term romantic love? And, that's the question that I explore in the book. And I'm a journalist, so I went out and I asked neurobiologists about chemistry, and I asked behavioral economists about demographics, and I asked marital researchers.
What are women too picky about here?
Well, I'll tell you, men and women were asked what would be a deal breaker for going on a second date. And men named 3 things. They said she has to be cute enough. She doesn't have to look like Angelina Jolie. She just has to be cute enough. She has to be warm and kind. And she has to be interesting to talk to. Those seem like really valid criteria.
Ding, 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 ding. Pretty simple.
Right. Okay, reasonable, right? The women came back with 300 things that would rule out a guy for a second date. And we're talking about like another 2 hours and maybe a free dinner. And they wouldn't do it. And there were things like he wore a brown belt with black shoes. Or we were having a really good time and I thought he was cute and he was interesting. But then he did this Austin Powers impression. And I just can't get that out of my mind and I can't go out with him again. Austin Powers guy could be the love of her life.
Let's go ahead and dive right into it. Do women seem to focus way more on the things they dislike about men? I'm going to start with you first, Luis. What are your thoughts about this, sir?
Yes, 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 and yes. I think women find too many reasons to disqualify men. This is the thing about it. Women find any reason to disqualify a man. Even in the video, they said his shoes were a little bit different color than his belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he could have check off all the boxes, but because of that, you disqualify the potential solid mate, right? I just think that, women find whatever frivolous, excuse to kind of disqualify men who actually are qualified and dateable as well. You know what I'm saying? And I think men spend more time trying to qualify women. You know what I'm saying? Is she warm? Is she kind? Is she feminine? Is she, someone who enjoys having fun? Is she someone who's faithful? You know what I'm saying? All these things that men try to seek in a woman, and they're not based on whether she wore pink or blue on a Sunday. That doesn't even matter. That doesn't even compute for most of us, right? It's all the tangible things that we know that are going to better us in the relationship. Unfortunately, all those things that they tend to focus on, the 300 list, because I think that's just ridiculous. I can't even think of a 300 list my damn self, but those items are just there to disqualify men who they don't like. They have a list of 300 things to disqualify the men that they don't like, because the men that they do like, that shit goes right out the fucking window. That shit goes right out the window, man. They even bend backwards on their non-negotiable. I've seen it, I've witnessed it, and I'm a bare product of that. Like, if they like you, that list only is for the people that they don't like. So I'll yield on that.
All right. Go ahead, Marcus White. What are your thoughts about this, sir?
Damn, he took everything with that. That's the answer to this whole thing. Them lists only matter for people that they don't like. Because you can have 10% of the stuff on their list. If they like you, they don't care. You don't gotta have no job. Like anything, it won't matter if they actually like you. So no, I think Louise was 100% right. What I think, maybe I'm gonna parlay it to Trev and Shannon earlier point. You gotta just work on yourself so you put yourself in a position where you are that person to whoever you're going on a date with, because people can sense value, right? And once you become valuable enough in that person's eyes, they'll find ways to qualify you versus disqualify you. I like way back in the day, an older man told me, you don't have to lie to women, they'll lie to themselves for you, right? If they want you. And that is the truth, right? That is the truth. Now, we should be responsible and not put them in a position where they lie to themselves, but it does happen that way, It does happen that way. But no, that was my whole point. Luis, he hit that shit on the head because that list only is to disqualify men they don't actually want.
Go ahead, Cloud Jones. I you shaking your head, man.
Man, it's like it's kind of hard to have a perspective on it when we got such great minds keeping it so real. Like they're keeping it 1,000. Like that's what it is. Like them lists are part of, it's a figment of our imagination, and I always say that because I feel like we always have dudes saying, "Oh, I can't get a girl because I got to be making this and I got to be doing that," and these women are so difficult. And it's like, nah, man, that specific woman just don't like you. That's all it is. Because like, there's nothing that you could do to make her like you or not like you. It's either she like you or she don't, and it just is what it is. And like, listen, if a woman really likes you, there's no power in the universe that could stop her from putting herself in your path. It's nothing. There's no force in nature that can stop that. And if she don't like you, there's no force in nature that's gonna bring y'all together. Like some of it is just, you can call it spirituality, you can call it chemistry, you can call it the laws of nature. I don't know what you want to call it, but it just is what it is. Like it is what it is, man. Like we know this to be true. So the Luis is correct, Marcus is correct. That list does not apply to the guys that she wants.
Go ahead, Luis.
We had this conversation on King Talk like months ago. You got to understand, there are certain women that will be with a certain guy, no matter how much you elevate, no matter what you change here, you will never be that guy to that woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to understand that. Like, and that is perfectly okay, because right behind her, there's an entire team graduating come springtime. And
but listen, guys, so I hear what you guys are saying. Let me just give you another perspective on that list. Don't matter. That list don't matter at first. That list don't matter in the butterfly early infatuation stage. That she ignores all that big 300 list of all those wants and what do we call it? We say we got a list of needs,
my wants and desires.
Not desires. It's another word. I'm having
negotiables and non-negotiables.
Negotiables.
Yeah, but either way, the optional shit, that long list, she ignores that for the nigga that she kind of likes right now. She's like, I don't care about all that. I like him. But here's the thing: that list becomes real prevalent the longer you be with him. It starts off like she ignored all of this other kind of stuff until she gets comfortable. See, this is the whole thing about how women switch. And the woman that I met became somebody different later on. She was, because to be honest with you, I've had women, man, cry over the thought of me not fucking with him no more. I mean, just like damn near going, like, oh my God, I can't, I love you. I want to be with you. I want you to marry me, blah, blah, blah. And I've been with some of them women long term. And then over time, it became, damn, where's all that excitement that you had earlier on? Where was that excitement? Don't you remember when you said that? Here, look, they'd be like, damn, I wrote that. I show them a text message from some years back because I got some text. I keep all my text messages in iCloud. So I got my shit going back to 2010. I got 14 years worth of iMessages in my phone. And they're surprised at some of the shit that they say. And I'll be like, yeah, you said that. But once you got comfortable with me and once you got settled in, all of a sudden, those things that made you feel all, crazy for me, crazy in love, you're not crazy in love no more. And suddenly you start looking at that list. And me, personally, I believe that I provide 80% of what most women want. I got the height, I got the body, I got the look, I got the money, I got all the stuff that women want. But here's the thing. Let me give you guys this insight. I'm bald, but I'm not bald by choice. I have male pattern baldness. I lost my hair at 25. And I met a woman that said, I love a man. I love a bald head man, but I want him to be bald by choice. And I was like, what? So you want a bald nigga. You like the bald brothers and all that kind of stuff, but you want him to be able to grow hair if he wants to, whether he wants to or not. And I was thinking to myself, and this is the chick that I was thinking about digging, getting into and whatnot. But her thing was, and everything else was good, but because I'm not bald by choice, To her, it speaks to what that woman was talking about in the video. And another thing is, one of the issues that women want oftentimes is contradictory to other things that she wants in that same man. Two of those often being money and time. See, they want you to have resources, and they want you to have money and to be able to go here and go there and travel here and buy this and no. But then when it comes to time, and you got to go out and make that money to do that kind of stuff, she wants you to also have time. So you want me to be available and rich? What are you talking about? You want me to have? That's not how that works. But in delusion land, where a lot of women live, in delusion land where a lot of women live, they are comfortable living there and shit. They seem to think that men should have all the time in the world for her and all the money in the world to spend, which is crazy.